Today we are going to discuss how to prepare general studies for all competitive exams. Many of the students are feeling difficulty to learn general studies. People and students are suffering. What are the topics in general studies? How much difficulty to study general studies? Today we are going to study how to prepare general studies in simple way. First of all, we should know what are the topics present in general studies. For our convenience, we have divided general studies into three parts. First part is social studies. Second part is general science. And science and technology. And finally, the third one is general mental ability. Mental ability. We have divided general studies into three parts: social studies, general science and science and technology, general mental ability. Let us go for individually each one. First topic is general studies. In the general studies, we can see the basic subjects: geography, history, polity, economy. Geography deals about the earth and the universe basically. Geography again divided into three parts: world geography, Indian geography, regional geography. In all the competitive examinations, geography part is very important. Many of the questions are coming from world geography and Indian geography. What are the topics present in world geography means, suppose universe, solar system, related to earth, earthquakes, volcanoes, humidity, then oceanography. These are the topics present in the world geography. Coming to the Indian geography, which is very important in the competitive examinations, Indian geography is divided into mainly 13 topics. Those are India outline, Indian physical features, Indian climate, drainage system in India, soils, natural vegetation, minerals, agriculture, industries, transport system, population. These are the very important Indian geography topics. In these topics, all the competitive examinations must have the exams, must have the questions. Then regional geography, these questions asked in PAP, PSC or TSPSC or KPSC, like local PSC examinations. Regional geography, then we'll go for history part. History we can divide it into three parts. History also. Ancient history, medieval history and modern history. Ancient history generally starts from Sindhu civilization to Arabs' entry into India. In this ancient history, we have Sindhu civilization, Vedic civilization, pre-Mauryan period, Magadha Empire, Buddhism, Jainism, Maurya Empire, Gupta Empire, and small dynasties, Pushyabhuti dynasty, Chola, Chera, like these dynasties, small dynasties, and Sangama is also present in the ancient history. Then medieval history starts with kingdoms who ruled India, like Rajputs, Kakatiyas, Vijayanagaras, Qutub Shahis. Mainly in the medieval history we have two dynasties. One is Delhi Sultanates, another one is Mughal empires. The very important dynasties in the medieval history are two, Delhi Sultanates and Mughal empires. Then modern Indian history. It starts with European entry into India. European entry starts in the year 1498 when Vasco da Gama enters into India. After that, all the Portuguese, so first Portuguese invasion was entered in 1498. After that, many of the Europeans came. Among them, very important one are Portuguese, Dutch, Britishers, Danes, and finally French. After that, how they occupied the India, what are the reforms done by Britishers, what are the revolts against the Britishers. Among the revolts, the basic important revolution was 1857 Sipahi Mutiny. After that, we have the Indian Renaissance movement. Then we will go into the Indian national movement, which is very important. Indian national movement in modern Indian history. Most of the competitive exams contain many questions in Indian national movement. We have divided this Indian national movement again into three parts: moderate phase, extremist phase, and Gandhian phase. So these three are the very important phases in the Indian national movement. So in this movement, Gandhian movement is very important. When Gandhi entered into India in 1915, he started movement. So in 1917, then non-cooperation movement, from non-cooperation movement in 1922 up to 1947 getting independence is called as Gandhian movements. The phases, so many of the small phases present in the Gandhian movement, so it will be studied in the Indian national movement. So these three topics, so history contain ancient history, medieval history, modern history. Ancient history contains Sindhu civilizations to Arab entry. So medieval history contains mainly small kingdoms and Delhi Sultanates and Mughal Empire. Modern Indian history contains so mainly European invasions and their revolutions. So against them revolutions. Then Indian national movement, moderate, extremist, and Gandhian phase. Then we will move into third topic, Indian polity. Very, very important topics in all competitive exams. Indian polity is nothing but Indian constitution. We should read completely about Indian constitution. A general studies student or civil aspirant student or any type of examination writing student must and should have knowledge regarding Indian polity and Indian constitution. Indian constitution, when Indian constitution starts, how Indian constitution developed. So how we wrote Indian constitution. So Indian constitution contained 25 parts and 12 schedules. These 25 parts include union, citizenship, fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, fundamental duties, central government, state government, local government, election commission, central state relationships, and many among the constitution topics are important in the polity view. So you must thoroughly should have idea on parts and schedules, and mainly central government, state government and local government. Then constitution for simply, so for example, in the constitution, according to India, president is the king. But compared to president, prime minister have more powers. These type of relations. Then Indian constitution has special topic like judiciary system and judiciary review. Supreme Court, High Court, subordinate courts plays a major role in judiciary system. Then we'll move into fourth topic, economy. Indian economy. Indian economy plays a major role. Nowadays, in all competitive exams, Indian economy is asked with current affairs. Recently, what are the things happening in India and around the world in the field of economy, they are asking in the competitive examination. Recently, to prevent the corona and to give the relief measures, Indian government given Atmanirbhar Bharata Abhiyan Patak. So in this Atmanirbhar Bharata Abhiyan, so many of the questions you may get in the future examinations. So related topics, and in this economy, so previously we are studying 5-year plans. After 5-year plans, you get Niti Aayog. Apart from 5-year plans and Niti Aayog, you will have Indian fiscal system. That means taxation system. Then banking revolutions in India. Then recent economy summits happening in the world. And what are the flagship programs maintained by Indian government? In this economy, one more important topic is Indian budget. Every year, our Indian government will produce one budget. Then one more important one is economic survey. Economic survey. So very, very important topic, economic survey. So every year our government will provide one budget and economic survey. Most of the questions are coming from budget and economic survey related current affairs. So basically social studies we have divided into 4 parts: geography, history, polity and economy. Apart these 4, in the recent examination we have found one more topic, that is ecology and environment. Ecology and environment. Also included in the social studies. In the recent examination, most of the questions are coming from environment. What is pollution? What are the biodiversity centers in India? So what are the ecology concepts? Food chain. So many of the questions are coming from the environment. So in this environment, sustainable development is very, very important. Sustainable development concept also, many of the questions are coming. So basically social studies, if you get more knowledge regarding these 5 topics, you can get better knowledge. So further classes will discuss each topic into in-depthly, so syllabus and classes also. So then we will move into second topic. We will move into second topic, that is general science and science and technology. First, general science. General science. You studied from 3rd class to up to 12th class general science in the school level and intermediate level. General science is basically divided into 3 parts. Those are physical science, chemistry and biology. So the daily applications which are present in the physics and chemistry and biology, which are very important according to our examination. In the physics, you may be studied the phenomena like sound, light, magnetism, heat, electricity, fluids, and modern physics, kinematics, dynamics. So mainly applications: sound, light, magnetism, heat, electricity, fluids, modern physics, kinematic, dynamics. Apart from these basic things, what are the units and measurements? So what are the recent scientists regarding physics who got Nobel Prize in the physics? So recent Nobel Prize also was in the science and technology and physics field also. Then coming to the chemistry, regular usage of chemistry. So daily, how this chemistry is using in regularly, what are the elements useful for regularly, then acids, bases, industrial chemistry and carbon chemistry. So basically applications, what are the elements useful? Acids, bases, industrial chemistry, then carbon compounds. Many of the useful topics are present in the chemistry. Then coming to the biology. Biology is the study of living things. Biology we can divide it into 2 parts. One is from plants, that is called botany. Another one is for animals, that is called zoology. So the basic things around us, what we have: plants, animals, and structure of plants, functions of parts of plants, uses of plants regularly, medicinal plants, classification of plants. Many of the things, many of the questions are coming in the botany. Then animal zoology, mainly humans, human physiology. Most of the questions are coming from human physiology and human body systems. Human body systems. As you know, we have many body systems. Nervous system to skeleton system. Many of the systems are present in our body. Like example, skeleton system, muscular system, nervous system, digestive system, respiratory system, then endocrine system, then excretory system, reproductive system, sensory system. So structure and functions in these systems, most of the questions are asking in zoology section or biology section. If you have thorough knowledge regarding human physiology and human body system, you can get maximum marks in the field of biology. So basically general science we have divided into physics, chemistry and biology parts. Then one more part is science and technology. Recently many of the exams, all the examinations given on topics recent time science and technology. So science and technology includes nuclear technology, space technology, mobile technology, robotic technology, defense. So most of the topics are coming from in these, most of the questions are coming in these topics: nuclear technology, space, mobile, robotic, defense. And recent advancement, last 6 months, what are the recent advancements taken place in the science and technology? So they are asking in the science and technology. Then this science and technology, so general science plus science and technology, physics, chemistry, biology, then science and technology. Then from social studies and general science and science and technology, one more important topic is general mental ability. Already you know that general mental ability contain mainly two parts. One is arithmetic, another one is reasoning. In India, from grade 4 exams to upper level IAS examination, all the examination contains very important part, that is general mental ability. So arithmetic and reasoning. So arithmetic nowadays it is called as general aptitude. Most of the banking examinations, SSC examination, railway, navy, army, so UPSC, SSC, all examination, arithmetic is very very important topic for the scoring of marks. Then reasoning. Reasoning again divided into verbal reasoning and non-verbal reasoning. Non-verbal reasoning. So in these general studies, apart from arithmetic, if you remove arithmetic, reasoning topic included in general studies. All the universities and all the UPSC examinations, so social studies along with general science, reasoning topics are included in general studies examination. Because many of the students, so they don't have arithmetic background, they may be studied science courses or arts courses. So that's why many of the examinations, this arithmetic was removed. Reasoning was, the reasoning is present in all examinations. If you thoroughly so get good marks in reasoning, you can get very good marks in general studies also. So topic 1 social studies, topic 2 general science, topic 3 general mental ability. These three are present in the general studies. If we go any examination, these are the common topics present in the competitive examinations. Further videos will describe in-depthly what are the topics and how to get good marks in each and every topic up to that. So Nandyal, thank you.